Hello, channel. Realized something today. I'm just gonna be talking about my life and the shit I found out. Looking back at my trauma, I realize I'm not the favorite. I've been basically manipulated for years because my sister just hated getting disciplined. I'm gonna talk about my life, and I think you're gonna start to see the pattern that I noticed. I was a rape baby, first of all. This was told to me when I was 11 in like the car after like a not so bad massage. I was a rape baby. My mother had went to a bar or something, passed out, and then got pregnant with me. And she said, I think Steve, my biological father, drugged and raped me. I think I was raped. So that's fucking amazing. Nice to know my sister was the one who did and I wasn't. When I was born, I think that's when shit took a turn. Amazing how those gone to like they'll be stories with the sibling lies and then they would go on to tell. That's basically my entire life, my entire childhood. As a child, when I was with my father, I used to get hit with my mother in not giving a shit, and my grandmother made me really want to for stuff I did. My sister basically stayed out of that. She learned this pretty quickly that my father would hit me every time I did something bad, and she would get showered with attention and love. Because my family is full of narcissists, and they would guilt trip for a week, at least. She figured this out pretty quickly as a child. After that fateful day when I was 5 years old, after I was beat against a brick wall on concrete in a concrete driveway by my father after I hit my sister, and after my mother had stepped in and been thrown against the mini porch we had, trying to protect me by my own father, ever since they decided to simply start divorcing. When I would visit my father, my sister knew she could get more sympathy and attention by doing bad stuff and blaming me for it. Right. This would keep going on, and he wouldn't even question me or listen to me. It was my sister's word, and my sister's word mattered to my father more than mine. He would hit me with no hesitation, and there would be hit marks on my back side. Did my mother give a shit? Absolutely not. She knew it was happening, but didn't do anything about it. In fact, when I was in kindergarten, every time I had messed up and there was an email home to my parents because of autism meltdowns and such drugs and medicated, she would call my father to come and basically abuse me. As much as she says she didn't know it was abuse now, or she was trying what she could, I'd like to think, and I'd like to beg to differ. I have a feeling she knew it was happening, but just didn't care about me enough, because I was the baby she didn't want. And so, I get abused throughout my life. It was only... And here's the thing. Even when my sister got caught and got hit too, even after that And I was given no sympathy for how she lied to me. I was not apologized to for being hit for something I didn't do. My father let me cry along with her. Oh God. This would continue until my mother started going to court, which was when my sister started getting mentally abused by my father. He used the aunts and uncles we had from his side of the family to try to get us to stay in his house. The minute my sister started getting involved fully with the abuse, my mother finally went and fought hard and went to court. I think this is where Patrick starts. I remember thinking that maybe she was feeling me or something, and maybe she was, but the proof's in the pudding. It was only when her sweet little angel, my older sister, the one she loved, only when she started getting wrapped up, that she did something. My sister would get more and more friends with my father. Definitely fought with harder and harder. But my abuse did not stop. In fact, even before the CPS made that one last visit that changed everything, I was about 10 or 11, I think 10. I didn't know what to do for New Year's resolutions and I refused to write some. He grabbed me by my arms, my wrists, and my feet, picked me up. I bit him too. I made him bleed, but he threw me against the wall and I had to land on my back. That was just one of the things he had done. When my mother finally started fighting for us, it was like I'm realizing stuff now. My sister, I would be overly defensive of my sister because I didn't want her to go through what I did, despite her blaming me, despite knowing what I was going through, what happened every single time. She wanted the attention. Like a younger sister that defended her older sister, she knew what she would do. She would cry every time we had to talk to our family lawyer, and I would stick up for her, being the blind little kid I was, not realizing all of this just entered my youth. She looked sad and weak, and I knew, like, the sister was tough. I could take that. In my eyes, however, in everyone else's, she looked like the more abused one, and I was the one just trying to be a good sister. And also, let's not forget the time she snitched to my mother about every single bad thing I had done as well. My YouTube online experience wasn't the best for a child. I got into stuff I shouldn't have seen early on. And I was pretty much being ruined. However, my sister knew my mom also hit me. I mean, my mother dragged me down those stairs as I was screaming and crying when a med didn't work for me. Not giving a shit that it was Tyrese and that I was acting off because of it. She knew that my mom liked to check history. And so, she would edit hers. She would look at mine, not wanting her history to be reviewed, point out some things I was doing, and would stitch on me to my mother, which was so to She was sneaky, that's what she was. She knew I was a kid and I was stupid, and that I wasn't autistic and probably couldn't stand up for myself. And she took it to her own advantage. And my parents just believed her every single time. We fast forward to after the counseling and everything, which I did act out on her. And of course, I lashed out at her. She got something at lunch. Made fun of me, but again, she used that to her advantage. I can be the protective little sister, and she can be the sad older sister. Again, maintaining that dynamic that she had put up in front of everyone, as I said earlier, that she was the weird customer. That's her crying and everything. When he finally left, that's when everything took a turn. However, the damage was still done. At this age, I had interests in drawing, swimming, and running lessons. She had interest in softball. And you know who got her interest paid up for? My sister. I know my family's poor, and I know they probably can afford my swimming too. I'm starting to see the big picture if we skip to my sister starting high school in her freshman year. After online learning started, back in 2020, March 16th, COVID times, I started flunking my classes and everything. Of course, we both got yelled at, grounded, and everything. Whatnot. Everything. I would get more grounded. But this is where everything took a turn at the start of her freshman year. Up until this point, she had interests she was pursuing and was able to pursue them with support from my parents. I, however, had no support and was basically doing everything on my own with the help of the internet. The same thing that ruined me as a child. I was 12, she was 14. Maybe you start 7th grade. Yes, I was 11 and she was 13. When we went into this year, it was COVID, so obviously she was hurting. But everything fell apart for me. I had gotten Discord, and I had some friends. Of course, again, using the internet as an outlet when I had nothing else. My sister started flunking her classes as I got better. And her and my mother fought horribly. I remember being so fucking scared as a child, hearing conversations somewhere back with my abusive father, who probably favored her. Now that I look back on it, and her trying to convince me that she was the hated child. When a fight's not a good idea? No. Do I support what my mother said to her? No. But throughout this time, I gained the mentalities that I had until today, where I had realized I was the favorite child. I was never comforted after they started crying. I was never told why this was happening or taken to a quiet. I always had to run up, put my earbuds in, and I cried alone without any support as they were shouting at each other. And I would be roped into the drama, being manipulated by both sides, wondering what the fuck is happening. I was used as a tool for their fighting, being the one to hear all their struggles and hear all their anger, so that when they did make up, they didn't have to hold back. As days went on, they started to settle with her, though the fighting wasn't done, and this would be her entire high school career, where they fought. Throughout this time, I started letting go of interests, as even though she kept failing, her softball and everything still got random. She got to be student council, she got to do Yellow Roses, she got to do some clubs, art clubs, every single club or anything she had been in. She even got in junior national honors. She had junior national honors just like me in high school. It was all funded just because she had interests. She was working for my aunt Mel too, and everything. Meanwhile, I had been kept away from work, and I had not had the chance to experience any of my interests outside of what I could do for myself. And around this time, I started giving them up. I started to unlearn how to draw, and my writing skills started to show up, but I would start to lose motivation. And as the years passed, more stuff happened. And I think it makes sense now. My mother is hard on her because she realized she messed up the kids she liked, and then the kids she didn't like took all the positive traits that she liked. She had spoiled the one she wanted, and the one she didn't want was left alone whenever she went home. And even after they fought, I was told to get stronger, to not let it affect me. But these were my family members. I can't let them see them fight. I was 12 years old when these did this. It's been 4 years. But now as I get older, my mother wants me to find what I want to be when I grow up and find interests and find other stuff to do. She's realizing where she went wrong, but it's too late. I'm 16 years old. I still act like a child. Scared, confused, everything. I have hypersexuality. I have depression. I'm pretty sure. I've been raised by the internet. I've been addicted to my electronics. And I overall just have no talent and no motivation for anything. I'm antisocial since I wasn't allowed to go to birthday parties or do anything outside of school. but it doesn't mean anything if I don't know what I'm gonna be. If I didn't have fun in school, I just learned. I never got to go to university. I never had friends. My sister has she had friends growing up. She lost friends mainly when she went through stuff. But she turned out amazing and she can socialize. She's pursuing a nurse. Here I am, the weird kid who has no idea what the fuck she's gonna do when she turns 18. My sister had people have been jealous of her entire life. She's had to deal with stuff. But at least you have people that are jealous of you. Because you really had a hard life. And you did so good in it. So good. You got some power to use that to push yourself to become a better person. I never got mad as a kid. I just stick to my boxes. Just stay. Than anything could be imagined. I always thought, what's she gonna beg me for this time? Or when can I get stuff I need? When will I be You got to be normal. You got to be the most normal you could ever be. You're spoiled. But you had a normal life. Was brought up despite the stuff happening. You know what they were, at least did normal things. You had issues with friends like that. listening. Thank you for being here. And I have to go. I'll see you guys when I see you. Goodbye.